has been cleared for takeoff. First off is the SNJ, or the P6 if you're an Air Force guy. There's the P3 from the Swiss Air Force. The P-34, which is used by both the United States Air Force and the Navy as a trainer, and the Focke-Wulf 149. T6 SNJ version was one of the aircraft that trained more American combat pilots than any other aircraft. It was after the attack on Pearl Harbor that, along with our compassedly, the greatest naval base lay in ruin. Within weeks, such as places as the Philippines, Singapore, and Java, the stark evidence and plans of the termination of the Japanese Empire were most evident. Out of the ashes of this early defeat rose the phoenix of future victory. America's industrial machine began to tool up. The nation that had passed in peace was struck with lightning speed, but returned. The industrial technology advantages of a free nation began to provide the weapons for victory. There were few of our enemies who knew what was coming, and a Japanese naval officer, Admiral Yamamoto, warned his countrymen that he could promise victory after victory, but only for 1 year. He alone understood the United States. Starting almost from scratch in January of 1942, the station began equipping and training 16 million American fighting men. In 1943 alone, the United States turned out 86,000 warplanes. In 1944, nearly 100,000 were built, and these were powerful modern fighters, bombers, and trainers. After Pearl Harbor, President Roosevelt said, "We cannot win this war in a defensive spirit. Our powers and resources must be fully mobilized." And American industry did mobilize and produce equipment for a war in less than 1 year. The Army and the Navy and the Air Force produced pilots, bombardiers, navigators, and crewmen and mechanics at a miraculous rate. Every young man wanted to be a combat pilot, but the qualifications were tough. A young man had to be at least 18 years old and at least 2 years of college and physically fit to qualify as an aviation cadet. That trainer that you see flying here today are identical to the aircraft that were used to train our pilots during World War II. Aviation cadets began with 65 hours in a primary trainer such as the PT-22 or the PT-26 or perhaps the venerable PT-17 Stearman. Next came 45 hours in aircraft such as the PT-13. And this 70 hours in that aircraft right there, the Navy SSJ, or the Air Force AC-6. Experienced pilots came home to the front to teach firsthand the techniques of combat flying, solo flying, night flying, formation flying, and then all-important air-to-air combat. The pilot course lasted 10 months with over 200 hours of flying time. 3 out of 5 aviation cadets passed and won the right and honor to wear the wings of the United States Army Air Corps or those coveted Navy wings of gold. The P-3 aircraft you see are trainers produced by the Swiss Air Force, the Pilatus. There's only 79 of those airplanes that were produced worldwide. We were very fortunate to have 2 of them with us here today. The aircraft that looks like a German fighter right there is the Focke-Wulf 149. The pilot today is Robert Janacek from Charlotte, North Carolina. His day job is with the Charlotte Police Force. This is a post-World War II trainer, and it's built by Focke-Wulf in Berlin, Germany, in the 1950s until the early 1970s. Bob Russell purchased the aircraft in 1982 and had it shipped to the States. 14 years later, a restoration based in Monroe, North Carolina, with the Warbirds and all pilots produced an airplane that is flying here today. Powered by a Lycoming VO480, this is assembled by BMW.
Station at the end of the back of the airport.
Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you get your tongue out around your ID.
Easy for me to say, right?
I like that little one, the little bitty one. Which one is this one? It's like a gray or blue one. That one's quiet.
Our training flight will now be returning to base as we'll be getting ready to continue throughout our program here today. It's a little bit cool, but it's a perfect day for an air show.